Thank you. Thanks, love. Alright, darling, keep your arm on. Hey, mister, don't forget our deal. Meet me behind the back for Swift one at midnight. Oh, and soon to be Mrs. Jones. Don't forget what we said. Treat them mean, keep them keen. I've been your very salty, your very spicy, and all the more delicious Kerry and chips. Come back for seconds tomorrow for my All-Stars karaoke with the fabulous Androgynous. And more fire on the dance floor with Not So Magic Mike. Good night! That is blissful. Drag queen, woman impersonator, man in a dress, performer, comedian, artiste, whatever you want to call it. This history is mine. In 1870, the Reynolds newspaper, the first time, maybe, the gender-bending word drag was printed in regards to a party. It's read, "We shall come in drag," which means men wearing women's costumes. Where the bloody hell are they? That was a fresh pack. Where the bloody hell are they? Christ for that. Think Shakespeare. He probably came back from his day. You know, when actors were putting on their drags. Because women on stage were a complete travesty. Is Shakespeare gay? Heading into the 20s, drag, definitely not a gay thing. Don't take my word for it, though. There's a bloody manual. Yeah. Okay, it ain't no manual about being gay or a drag queen. It's a manual on psychiatry. 1927. And bloody hell, like, it says, an outfit of female dress worn by a homosexual. Or as in an actual event, a social gathering of homosexuals in which some are in female dress. All from Polari, the language born out of the criminalization of homosexuality. Yeah. Way back when I came out, like, I was a taboo. Like, if you think about it, I'm a taboo within a taboo. Drags can follow, don't you think? And no, I'm not talking about that silly season 1 filter on RuPaul. I mean, it's a parade, a celebration, waving the flag of freedom of expression, sticking the middle finger up to the countries where being different is persecuted. Hey, opinions are like assholes. We all have them. And this just so happens to be part of my identity. that I actually enjoy living. I thrive on spending hours of my time painting on a happy face, letting Dero carry on loose on the world. Drag is my peace. Drag is my calm. Drag is my defense. Getting into drag is like getting out with James. This is the part I hate. Back to reality. Reality. I am reality. Sat here taking off all this shit. Expensive shit too. None of your cheap Poundland special stuff. This is Anastasia. This is Morphe. And this is Krylon. The only thing cheap is the vodka. I'm actually quite a quiet queer boy from Barry Island. Not that you would have guessed. Not with a mouthful of this fabulousness anyway. I went to an all-boys school. We had those shitty itchy jumpers that are flattering to no one. I could walk through the corridor and every bitch would move out my way. I learnt loads in school. 3.14, pi, Hitler, a prick. Shakespeare wrote a lot. How to put a condom on with my eyes closed. Friends, with you for life. Boys think we're there. Friends. In reality, friends are bullshit. Once you publicly come out in an all-boys school, you instantly become public enemy number one. And trust me, you feel like a kick in the back, or a punch in the face, or a push down the science stairs. Definitely learned some physics there. Gravity hurts like a bitch. Suppose we have come far, eh? What I wouldn't give for a world like today, for my world back then. I could walk through the corridor and everyone would move out my way. Parting like the Red Sea. Back against the wall, boys! Your hole is his goal! Parting like the Red Bastard Sea. I went from a place of education to a shrine of shame and embarrassment. It is lonely, you know. Yes, you have your drag family and your fans that love you. Don't let the rainbows and pride flags fool you. It's not all rhinestones and cheesy ballads. RuPaul doesn't force a tear out to cry with you on your crappy days. Instead, Tom, Dick and Larry feel the need to pipe up on your way home and tell you how it is. Remind you of Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. In one year and out the other. Just breathe. Count to 10. Collect your thoughts. Zen. Pure Zen. Think that lot's bad. You should see some of the queens that work here. Everyone likes to put their tuppence in. Everyone likes to have their claws out, tearing each other down with their words. No, you can't blame them. Years of abuse, years of torment, years of being that gay boy. No wonder we have a complex with state. No wonder we show you our RBF before you can say FAG. You need thick skin. You need a wall. And if you don't have one, by hell or high water, do you build one? So my day job. I work on the island. Listen, I bummed out of school, if you would pardon the pun. Barry Island. No, but seriously, I'm living the dream. Like, I stand in the sun all day, I serve little brats ice cream, while sleeping on my copious amounts of bottom red slush puppy. It ain't no ice blast, but there's something so satisfying about having a bright red tongue and the occasional brain freeze. When I was in primary school, I learnt this poem for the Iced Edward. I won it, obviously. I got to sit on the bard for the rest of that ceremony thing they was running. I stood there, bold as brass, and read, "Let's go to Barry Island, Maggie Fah. Let the kids have a day by the sea. We'll carry our sandwiches in brown bags and leave our troubles behind for the day." It's funny. I carry my vodka in a brown bag, and when I transform into her, I leave all my troubles behind. For the night, anyway. I never actually went to Barry Island with my parents. Mum despised the sea and the sand. And Dad, well, I think he has trophy children and a wife now. You know, trophy children, all those medals, first place in cross country, man of the match in football. Mum is disillusioned to the fact that she left him. Girl power. And yet, we're the ones with egg on our face. Talking about egg on your face. You know when you're cold, like stupid cold, and your face stings because of the wind? Right. This one time in school, I was sat outside the art block, and I thought I was the dog's bollocks. And then smash, it hits me. A ham and cheese baguette. I'm not even kidding you. Like butter in my hair, ham on my cheek, that stinging cold. All I wanted to do was scream, cry, run. But I froze. Everyone laughing at me among hurls of faggot, bumboy and sissy. I can't think of anything else but to shout as loud as I can, "I'm lactose intolerant, Matthew!" Because being lactose intolerant at that moment was really going to help. I always loved PE. It was always fun. I loved my teacher, Mr. Dyer. Diabolical, more like. I mean, if he said the things today, there would be no rugby match to go back to. The teachers would strike him off by the blow of his whistle. I was his precious little flower, and he was the thorn in my side. Worst part of it all is, I thought he was kind of cute. School is a big part of who I am. And at that time, I was so open and out about who I was. Yet I started to turn into someone I didn't even recognize. Puberty hits us all, and for some of us, it hits us hard. And I mean harder than a ham and cheese baguette. But we learn to cope. A mechanism of hankering for hope and yearning for distraction. These days, I think they call it being emotionally resilient. But being told to suck it up, buttercup, didn't help. It just made me build a wall. Take it from me. Pretending that a certain story didn't happen doesn't make it go away. It will just come crawling back to you when you least expect it, pulling you down to an emotional backlash they call hell, kicking you in the stomach as their cronies point and laugh while the air is forced out of you, like a squeaky toy in a rabid dog's mouth. Christian. Christian. You took me by surprise. You hated me. You made me feel like you hated me. You hung above me like a cloud, ready to submerge me in angst and disgust. I was a leper, a disease. And if you could rid me of this world, you would have. I want to say it all makes sense now, but it doesn't. Like, I cannot make excuses for you, or make your actions fit, or even understand what you did. But I can pardon them. I can move on. You can move on. You did move on. Grindr is one of those apps that you use, but you would never admit to using it. An app that you delete often and pretend to be new. But using it is like tying your shoelace or brushing your teeth. It's second nature. Why? I have a theory. It's something to do with that FOMO thing. But also that mystery of finding out who that grey square is. Or that faceless torso. Or measuring up the competition. I never get it wrong. I always know who is who and who is hiding behind that square. But I couldn't guess you. I never expected you. I was unsure. I didn't trust you. I didn't want to trust you. Would I be met by a tirade of abuse and hate? Like on that program on Channel 4, where we would meet up and I would be gay bashed and I would never be seen again. I was stupid. I was hurt. I was ready to move on and build my life. You told me not to knock on the door, but to message you when I arrived. I could see you coming down the stairs. You had changed a lot. You were big. You were beefy. But still just as intimidating. You could tell I was nervous. But not as nervous as you were. You offered me a can. I don't drink cider. You offered me a smoke. I don't smoke. Well, not what you were smoking. You offered me an apology. I didn't know what to say. I still don't know what to say. You said it again. Again. Before telling me that you think you were gay. Well, not gay, but bisexual. I laughed. You didn't. You told me you respected me. I laughed. You didn't. You cried. I didn't. The truth is, I didn't know what to do with that. I still don't know what to do with that. I just wanted to understand. To understand you. But I didn't. And I still don't. But what I do know is that we had very different lives, but very similar emotions. I was embarrassed, scared and afraid. You were embarrassed, scared and afraid. I felt ashamed, disgusted and wrong. You felt ashamed, embarrassed and wrong. Yet, I came out. I made peace with myself and my feelings and who I was. You never did. You never have. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you still feel the need that you cannot come out. One of the things that do give me a bit of joy in this bleak joke they call a world. Seeing those videos of them kids on that TikTok or Instagram and YouTube of them dancing to a song that says they're gay, and we're hoping for a top-notch reaction from their mother, who was clearly known from the minute they were strutted into this world. Kids have it better these days. They have this lovely circle of support and all these organisations that are just waiting to provide the light. Not at the end of the tunnel, but at the start. I should be celebrating that, because our battles have meant they don't need a battle or fight. They need to celebrate and continue the movement. We are winning. What I experienced was exhausting, debilitating, and I waltzed with darkness, and I lip-synced for my life. But I wouldn't change that. It makes me who I am, albeit a panda-eyed drag queen with bloodshot eyes, mood-filled lashes, and pretty awful brows. Sat here in a seedy bar talking to the mirror. But I make decent money for a decent load of pain. But me, a pale-faced, slushy-drinking bloke with a pug and dachshund called Patsy and Eddie. It's was an escape. A moment's breathing space of being suffocated and choked by a past full of pollution and rot. But it's different now. I am one. I found the one. And he shows me that we learn from our past. And the past is our stripes that we wear with honour. Shaping who we are, what we are, and what our future is. I could sit here and continue telling you my woes and showing you my scars that life so gracefully gave me. But I am thankful to my family, to my soon-to-be family. Yet, what I fail to mention is that life can seem tough, rough, and out to get you. But we are all warriors. Though instead of having armor, shields, and a sword, we come yielding my brushes, palettes, and false lashes. So don't forget that. And always remember, support comes in many forms. And gold is always at the end of that rainbow.